This video is episode 4 in a playlist that we're putting together of the journey as we build a grain bin house that we're going to rent out as a short-term rental. We have been doing a lot of thinking about our future and what kind of income will truly bring in passive income. There's a lot of things that you see online and there's great ways to make money, and I've shared some of those. But as we get older, we're past 50, we're thinking about our future and what is it that, how do we want to spend our retirement? And even if you're only in your 20s or 30s, if you can create income that will continue to come in after when you're older and you really don't have to put any more work into it, that is true passive income. So this particular project is part of our dream for planning for our retirement. We do have experience with renting month to month, and we decided that we didn't really enjoy that process, dealing with people, not paying their rent or giving excuses and all that. In this situation, you're working with a company that does that for you, and that's what we're excited about. What you're observing in today's video as I'm talking to you is my husband is talking to a concrete company that's going to come out and build the pad for us. Now, you may think, why is the grain bin company that you bought the grain bin from not coming out and doing all the work? They're going to go ahead and build it, but they are not going, we agreed not to have them put the concrete in. The company that he subcontracts to, they do this professionally for farms, and their grain bin pads of concrete are like 3 feet thick. And we don't need that. That's overkill for what we're doing. So he said it would be cheaper just to go hire somebody else and build something that will fit what we need for a house. So what we're going to do is the grain bin itself is 27 feet across. The pad will be 28 feet diameter. And my husband wants them to go around and put a 2-foot concrete footer all the way around, and then bring it up 12 inches off the ground. So that's a lot of concrete, and it's definitely going to be enough to hold this down. The grain bin itself will be clipped to that concrete, and it will also be sealed. You'll see that as we go along, but that was the reason that we went out and decided to hire a different company. And we'll talk about cost in future videos once we have some money spent, not too much so far. And I'll give you an idea of what it looks like for us. Now, you have to remember, we're in a county and a community that is out in the country, and there's not a lot of rules and things as far as what we're allowed to do on our land. So make sure before you jump into something like this, you find out from your county what the laws are and permits and things like that. I think I've mentioned it before. The only thing that we needed to get permits for was a well and septic. After that, my husband can do all of the electric, plumbing, everything. We don't have to worry about getting permits, there's pros and cons to that, I'm sure. But for us, we're lucky. Now you see how adept my husband is using the bobcat and moving it. If you look at episode 3, you can see where he was trying to teach me to do it. Bless his heart, he was very patient. But I'm not as good at it as he is. But it is fun. It's just a lot of it's almost like playing a video game. I'm sure you've got left and right and up and down and feet and hands, and my brain is like, oh my gosh. So anyway, I can see how a video game would help you be able to do this. My husband did think about maybe prepping and getting the site ready as far as having the trench dug for the footers and having all the forms put in, and then just having a concrete truck come. But we decided that that was really time consuming with him doing most of the work himself. That was something we can just have them do. They'll come in and knock it out in a couple days. So basically that company that he was just talking to are going to come out and do everything. Even though my husband is very capable, he's actually very gifted and can do everything. He can do plumbing and electric and run machinery, and he's just really gifted. And if he doesn't know how to do something, he just goes and looks at a YouTube video and learns. So that's the most amazing thing with YouTube. You can learn almost anything, can't you? Now you can see in some of this video, there's those great big footers from the barn, the corner pieces, the cornerstones, and we are just basically digging them out and putting them aside for now, and all the stone. And we haven't really decided what we're going to do with it yet. So if you're very creative and you can think of something where we can use it to, implement it and combine it in with this grain bin house, feel free to put that in the comments. Right now, we're just piling them up and putting them on the side of the property. And throughout the video, you can see them still laying there as he's picking them up and moving them. They're all piled up. Again, all that metal, whatever doesn't sell on Facebook Marketplace or any of the wood that doesn't sell, we will just go ahead and recycle or take it to the dump. So we'll see what's left of that. But this is a big job. There's a lot that has to be cleared out. All of this has to be level. It has to be flat. He has to make sure that they can come in and do what they need to do and have it prepared. The truck that you see back there is an old Ford truck. It's been sitting there for 10 years. When we built the house and had somebody come in and do the driveway, the guy that brought the gravel, believe it or not, left it here. And we've seen him at the store and we said, come get your truck. And he's just left it there. So I'm assuming he wanted to scrap it and didn't want it and just left it. We don't even have the title. So somehow we're going to make it look like it belongs with the grain bin and it's been put there. And that's where we're at. Next video, we will be putting the forms in and having those get set up and then pouring that and then pouring the concrete for that pad so that then another crew can come in and put the grain bin together. So this is pretty exciting. The dream is becoming a reality. And thank you for watching. If you ever have any comments or any suggestions, please feel free to add those. We always appreciate any advice or any ideas that people have. You have a blessed day and we'll see you on the next video.
You